Hi there, Suzanne Haney Oldridge here. And I want to just ask you something. Have you ever had something that you really wanted and you were willing to do anything to get that thing? Um, Sometimes we think we really want our New Year's resolution or a change, and then the desire for it fizzles, and we end up not getting that thing that maybe in our hearts we really do want. Um, so What I know for sure is that if you really want something, you have to have a willingness to do what it takes to get it. And I'm going to share a story with you from my youth where it was a powerful want and desire for something. Maybe one of the most powerful wants I've ever had, because what I was willing to do to get it was maybe more than I'm willing to do now physically. But so what happened when I was a kid, I was probably 10, 11 years old, and I wanted a horse so bad. My dad had had horses when he was growing up, so we heard lots of stories, and a lot of my friends had horses, and I loved horses. I still love horses to this day. Um, and one day my friend called and she said, "Hey, I have access to a horse. Do you want to go ride with me?" And I'm like, yeah, 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 yeah. So I went over to her house and we walked down the street to this pasture where this accessible horse was. Um, and we went in and she saddled and bridled and reined up her horse. And then we had to kind of corner this other available horse in a corner, which maybe should have told me something, but I was young and I really wanted to ride. So we cornered this horse, we got it saddled and bridled and got the reins on, and we got on and we opened the gate and we went out of the gate across the street to this big open field, and we start walking and then trotting and then galloping, and my friend's doing her thing and it's going good, and this horse that I'm riding is galloping like with fury, and I'm pulling back on the reins and I'm saying whoa, whoa, and the horse is not stopping. It goes and goes and goes, and at the end of the field before the road there's a big ditch, like a 4 foot wide ditch. It leaps over the ditch, and when it lands I fall off, all of me except for my foot. My foot is stuck in the stirrup, and the horse is still going, and it's dragging me by my chin on this gravel road. You know, um, finally, I got my foot out. We got the horse, and I got back on because I wanted it. I wanted it so bad. My shirt was ripped up. My chin was bleeding down my white shirt, and my green Sears tough skin jeans had ripped knees. They weren't that tough. They had ripped up knees and my knees were bloody, but I got back on because I wanted that ride. I really wanted it. So then we went through the woods, and the horse, first of all, tries to brush me off on a mailbox, and I, hung on. And then we got into the woods and I didn't see it coming. The horse brushed me off on a tree. So I fell off again. And I got all dirty and muddy because we're in Washington State and that's what it's like there. So I get back on again and we go through this ride, maybe 3 miles through the woods. And then we come back and we put the horses away. And I am just so thrilled that I've had this day of experience riding this horse. It didn't matter to me that I was bloody and torn up and my clothes were torn. I was just so happy. Um, I'll never forget the look on my mom's face when I went home. I had lost my house key somewhere along the droppings. And I knocked on the door and she opened it and she's like, "Oh my gosh, what happened to you? Are you okay?" And I had the biggest smile on my face. I was thrilled. It was one of the most exciting days of my life. And I was telling her all about it. It was so fun. And the pain didn't matter to me. I wanted that day. I wanted that experience. And still to this day, I remember how much I wanted it. So, is there anything in your life that you want that much that you're willing to go through all that for? I don't think these days I'm willing to go through that kind of physical pain, but I'll share with you, in order to get my coaching practice up and going, I had to want it enough to be really uncomfortable doing things that, it wasn't my normal to stand up in front of people and talk and to give a presentation. But I wanted to share the tools and principles that I know and 100% fully believe will help people. So I wanted it enough to be uncomfortable in the interest of growth and of helping people. So if there's anything that you want badly enough to be a little uncomfortable and and you're willing to see your own transformation and growth as you get this thing. And what I'll tell you is when you do this growth, you become a new person. You become a different person. Because when you go through challenges and adversities and you realize that you can do it, you're still standing, uh, it changes you. It empowers you. So if you're looking for that, DM me. I'll put a link at the bottom of the video. I would love to talk more about this with you, talk about the principles I teach, talk about how I can help you and the programs I offer. Um, so do you want it? That's the question. Do you want it? If you do, I would love to be there for you. So thanks for watching. Have a fabulous day.